We are here in New Delhi, the capital of the most populous country in the world.
India is the second country of our year-long travel, and we'll be spending the next 1 month traveling across it. Delhi, and I can already tell there's so much to experience.
We came at a pretty good time of the year. It's post-monsoon season and the weather is slightly more pleasant.
If you have been following, you saw that our last stop was in Japan, and you already know that it's going to be such a huge difference.
This place is going to take us out of our comfort zone, and we are so excited to see what Delhi has to offer.
Landing in Delhi, the first stop of an Indian adventure can be a whirlwind. The dusty air, the cacophony of honking horns, unrelenting energy of the city. That's probably as much as we knew about Delhi from our research. But no amount of preparation truly compares to immersing ourselves in the heart of Delhi. This city isn't meant to be just seen or heard, it's meant to be felt.
This is the largest mosque in India. This was built in the 1650s, and it took 6 years and 5,000 workers to build this.
This mosque served as the imperial mosque of the Mughal Empire until its demise in 1857.
What I never realized about Delhi is how deeply rooted its Muslim influences are, spanning over 14 centuries. We often associate the Indian religion primarily with Hinduism, but visiting Jama Masjid was a powerful reminder that India is also home to the third largest Muslim population of over 200 million people.
This mosque is huge. It's pretty interesting because all the honking from the outside becomes so much more faint in here, and I think I just love how red the whole building is. Hey guys, it's a new day here in Delhi, and today we are heading to Humayun's tomb. We are going to try to get there by bus. Usually back at home this is going to be very easy, but right now here in Delhi we have no idea how to do that.
I'm kind of a little bit nervous actually, trying to take the bus in Delhi for the first time. I heard it's like non-air conditioned, so let's see.
We tried reading online on how to use the buses, but I don't really know how to do it. I have 10 rupees in my pocket. Let's hope that it's enough.
Yeah, not really sure what time the bus will come, and not really sure if the bus actually will appear to this exact spot.
I tried to film a close up with my phone. I'm not sure if you can see it, but bus 405, the one that we're supposed to take, stopped at the road that is parallel to this. So I don't know, should we keep waiting for the next bus, or like should we move on to the bus stop? But there's no sign that it's literally in the middle of the road.
So this is our second 405 that we waited, and 405 doesn't stop at this bus stop, even though like it says that the 405 actually stops right there. So I'm really not sure like how this works out. Is the bus supposed to take like the express viaduct down below, or could they go by the local street at this very crazy junction right ahead of us?
Okay, we really missed it.
We're a local bus without air conditioning. I don't know, man.
Riding the bus like locals here is probably the best way to get around. It's pleasantly cooling when the bus moves despite its lack of air conditioning.
All these people wants to drop off also. Yeah, the bus literally opened the door before the bus actually stopped. Dhanyabad.
We made it.
Boarding the bus, the entire experience was really wild. The bus was kind of about to move. I had to slap the bus at the side just so that I can grab the driver's attention. And fortunately enough, the bus door actually opened for us to board. It was just like a while, like 10 minutes of this ride. No idea what exactly we did there, but we made it safe and got to our destination that we wanted.
So a few tips for getting on the bus. When you board the bus, the conductor is at the back, so you can pay him there and then you'll get a couple of tickets. For us, the ride was supposed to be 5 rupees each, but I think he charged 5 rupees for the both of us. And then when you get down, another tip is that once you're near a stop, be sure to stand up and walk to the front of the bus and be ready to drop off whenever. And when you get off the bus, be sure to look out because there might be motorcycles zooming past.
So now we are here at Humayun's tomb. It is the tomb of one of the Mughal empires in the past. If I'm not wrong, the emperor actually died before the tomb was actually built finished. So let's just go in and check it out. Hello, namaskar. Hello.
Hello. आप कौन सी country से आप?
Sorry?
Hello. Where is your name?
Singapore.
Hello. What is your name? What is your name?
I'm Shar and he's Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I feel like a celebrity.
I don't even know like what's happening. People are just waving at us, thinking that we are Japanese or Koreans.
Hi.
हेलो हाय बिलोक का नाम क्या है?
Sorry?
English?
इंग्लिश नो इंग्लिश हिंदी मीडियम
No, I do not know Hindi.
आप बोला क्या बाबा की?
I do not understand. Do you speak English?
Yeah.
English.
What does that mean?
Meaning Nandini. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Such a welcome to Humayun's tomb. We were greeted by so many school students today and everybody just smiles everywhere. We just love it so much.
Humayun's tomb is more than just a mausoleum. It is a metaphor for India's layered history. The tomb represents the confluence of Persian, Central Asian and Indian Rajasthani architectural traditions.
There are kind of like a couple of gates that we have to walk in, and each gate kind of brings us closer and closer to the mausoleum. The entire architecture and the gardens is just so pretty.
This is a UNESCO site, and as we walked in, we saw how so much of it has been like conserved and preserved. Initially, it was quite damaged, and previously, when people tried to like rebuild the place, they used the wrong type of like restoration methods. So right now, there's a lot of new restoration methods that has to be used to like undo what has been done previously.
So we just walked around the Humayun's tomb and we kind of learned quite a lot of things.
Yeah, but in a weird way because what happened was that when we were walking around, a security guard came up to us and asked like, oh, where are you from? And then he brought us from one room to the other. We thought he was just being friendly because he was wearing the security guard uniform, and we thought he was just like doing his job.
But then after that, like, he gave a pretty comprehensive tour about the place, which I actually learned quite a little bit, and he also took photos of us.
Yeah, comprehensive as in like a 30-second kind of comprehensive. And after taking a few pictures of us, he asked for some tips, which I think we kind of half expected, but still kind of unexpected also.
So we gave him 20 rupees, and
Yeah.
I guess that's enough for his tours, like his coffee money, you know, for bringing us around. But I guess that's very typical of India. Do you think
Yeah.
so? It's very typical of like touting in India, where people come up to us and tell us like, oh yeah, I can provide you with this or that, but like expect like money afterwards, but they don't say it up front. So I guess like, yeah, people are trying to eke out a living, I guess.
After Humayun's tomb, we went to this famous chain restaurant called Karim's, which serves Mughlai food. Mughlai food is like Indian cuisine plus Central Asian cuisine plus Islamic cuisine, and it's the first time that we're eating such a cuisine.
Within 20 minutes? Okay.
Lamb is their specialty, but we decided to order butter chicken because it would best suit our appetite for that day.
I can't wait. for food because I'm really hungry right now.
Karim's butter chicken is pure indulgence. The sauce is luxuriously smooth and velvety, with a rich medley of tomatoes, butter, and perfectly balanced spices in every bite. Paired with freshly made roti we ordered, it feels like we are savouring the very essence of traditional Indian cuisine. We also got kheer as a dessert, which is pudding made with milk, sugar, and rice.
I ordered some rice pudding for us to share. I think it's called kheer, K-H-E-R, but he pronounced it as kheer. So I think it's kheer.
To get to our next destination, we opted to take an auto rickshaw to the nearest metro station.
50. Jalan Stadium Metro. Jalan Stadium. Huh? No. Nah, 50. How much? 50. Okay, 50. Can. Finally, we got into our auto, going to Jalan Stadium Metro. And the only way to get there is to take one of this so that like we can get to a second destination much faster. If not, like the traffic is just really bad. But I'm so glad that we found one with the correct price.
But in the end, I still had to guide him via Google Maps to our intended destination.
Where the violet line? So now we are getting towards the Red Fort and it's just right there. Looking at this, like it's really majestic right here. Hi.
Namaste. Japan?
No.
Where are you from? Singapore or 19th Japan.
Ah, okay.
Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, same.
No, different.
Yeah, little
Different.
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 China different.
The accent different.
Yeah. I know good accent.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Where are you going?
It's okay.
Ticket very expensive, 950 rupees.
It's okay.
I have 5 ticket driver. Spice Market, Ready Market, Hello Market, Rooftop, Chandni Chowk Bazaar. Mixture right.
No need. People just come up to me like as I'm vlogging. Welcome to India, guys.
The Red Fort is another architectural marvel of the Mughal Empire and one that used to house the emperors of the 17th and early 18th century.
So now we're going towards the Shah Mahal. This building here used to be where the Mughal emperors served courtiers as well as esteemed guests. And there used to be like silver as well as gold ceilings, but because of subsequent wars and financial crisis, everything is stripped away.
We spent almost an hour walking around and also saw locals relaxing by the green lawns here.
There are a few very obvious differences inside the Red Fort, a tourist attraction, and like outside the Red Fort, just all around Delhi. There's so much less trash here in the Red Fort. Maybe sometimes I see like a forgotten bottle here and there, but it's so much cleaner and there are beans around also. It's so much quieter here. Like you can hear the birds, you can hear children screaming, laughing and having fun. But outside, all you can hear are honks and honks. It's so crazy outside.
We exited the Red Fort shortly before sunset and then headed to Chandni Chowk.
There's just so many people all around like trying to sell stuff, different kinds of stuff, street vendors, food, bags, clothes, decorations for their house, and just bustling, just really bustling.
It wasn't our first time plying through the streets of Chandni Chowk. The other day we passed by, we saw street barbers, labourers hauling impossibly heavy sacks either on their shoulders or on these mini rickshaws, as well as food vendors selling food on the side of the road. They are working in conditions that as outsiders we couldn't help but experience this with a mix of awe and humility. Here it takes grit to thrive and it almost feels unfathomable to those of us who come from slightly more structured or sheltered worlds. And if there is one thing I'm certain of, it is that people here have an unyielding spirit of perseverance. Our final stop of the day is this upscale neighborhood called Haus Khas. Strolling through its streets, we spotted some familiar brand names, and while they might not be Prada or Gucci, there's at least a Shopee and a Shein.
It's been such a long day exploring Delhi today. We just collected our Aaron and Shah shirt that we printed earlier this week, and we're just going to spend the rest of the night exploring the place and getting some dinner. We'll see you tomorrow.
So we just arrived at Uggarsain Baoli, and this place is like a stairwell that used to be here for a very long time where people can actually get groundwater. And of course, like, this place is no longer operational, but people still come here to just hang out. People just to come here to just like chit chat with each other, and I just find like this really peaceful place in the middle of like this bustling city. Kind of really cool.
I'm not exactly enjoying this place because there are too many pigeons. It is quite cooling though.
It is already a couple of days since we arrived into India, and it has been nothing short of amazing. In fact, we are so happy that we have made India a part of our year-long travel. People say like India is like dirty, it's chaotic. India is what it is. It's still an evolving country, and you know, I'm so glad that like over the past couple of days we have grown more and more confident in navigating the city of New Delhi, navigating India, and trying our best to soak up like the amazing atmosphere that is all around us, with the people, with like the sights, the scenery, the sounds, and you know, it's been just nothing short of incredible.
Yes, there is risk to traveling around India. Yes, there are touts, but this is the same for a lot of other countries in the world. There's always one or two bad apples that make the whole society seem like it's so much worse than what it actually is. And India is a huge country, so naturally, like, these things are bound to happen. As long as you know when to stand your ground, when to reject, and when to take care of yourselves, it is something that is very common and nothing to be afraid of. I guess we'll end the video here. If you haven't seen our previous video, we went to Japan. We have a whole series on that. Otherwise, subscribe to follow our journey around India and the rest of the world.